Let me show you how you have to hold your cue when you're playing pool. Very often when I'm at my local pool hall, I see way too many beginners holding the cue, for example, like that. This is of course not how you do it. And also a very common mistake is they're holding it right, but then they're putting their thumb actually onto the top of the cue, and this is also not how you do it. So let me show you how it's done. First of all, how many fingers should you actually use to hold the cue? Well, it depends on personal preference. You can just hold it with 2 fingers, maybe 3, 4 and even 5 fingers. It depends. Even a lot of professional players are doing it differently. I, for example, like to use my whole hand and just hold it like this. Very important, don't grip it too tight, because if you're gripping it too tight, you're actually disturbing the forwards and backwards motion, which has to be straight. So hold it loosely in your hand. Also very important, the wrist placement. If the wrist is all the way to the outside, then you also can't shoot straight or cue straight. The same with the inside. So your wrist is just a passive part of your body, hangs down and swings around. So don't tighten up. Hold it very loosely and just use it as a passive part. Also, when you're going back, for example, your hands or fingers open a bit just that the cue can swing freely. That's also very important. And apart from this, where exactly do you need to hold the cue? Do you need to hold it here, 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 or here? Well, all of this depends on your bridging length. So I have set up this shot. Now let's imagine this is my bridge. Very important, if the tip of your cue is right in front of the cue ball when you're doing your pre-shot swings, then you need to have that 90-degree angle here. Your arm has to be perpendicular to the table. So, for example, there are a lot of players or beginners, I have to say, are holding it all the way at the back, and then it looks something like this. This is of course not how it should look, because that way you are hitting the cue ball before the maximum speed of the cue is reached. Also, don't hold it too far at the front, because your cue will have decelerated before it even reached the cue ball. Now, the big thing is what happens if I adjust my bridge length. Now I'm going to use a longer bridging length, and you can see now I don't have that 90-degree angle anymore. So if I have a really long bridging length, then I have to put the cue or grab the cue a bit more at the back. For example, like this. You can see this long bridge length. I have to hold my cue all the way at the back. Now I'm going really close to the cue ball with my bridge. You can see now I'm not holding it at the back, I'm actually holding it here in the front. So depending on how far away you are, you have to adjust. And now let me finally show you how this should look. When we're going down, this is my bridge length. I try to feel it. I'm not always perfectly 90 degrees. Then doing my pre-strokes, opening my wrist when I'm going back. All of this is very loose. And this is how you have to hold your cue in pool.
What? You're still watching to this point? Well, this is amazing, because now you have the opportunity to leave a thumbs up on this video, but only if you enjoyed it. And if you wanna learn more about pool, get more pool lessons, subscribe to the channel, and very important, ring that bell notification to get notified once I'm uploading new videos. And as always, see you at the next lesson. Take care.